Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Catherine and today I want to talk about some good news for the crypto world and maybe the world at large, is that the masterminds of the biggest crypto heist have now been named and arrested. So for those of you who have not heard the news yet, you might have heard of like a Bitcoin hack or something going down. I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of what happened, the heist, Alphabay, the bounty, the digital footprints, and the couple who was behind everything. And spoiler, one of them was a rapper. So if you watch to the end, we're going to give you updates on what will happen to the money and what are the next steps for Bitfinex. That's how you say it. So way back in 2016, news of a great hack was circulating the internet. So a currency exchange called Bitfinex was hacked of over 119,000 Bitcoin. Not, valued Bitcoin, like actual Bitcoin, which was valued at around 72 million at the time. Now, this is 2016. Guess how much is worth right now? Over $4 billion. That is how much that stolen Bitcoin is worth right now. With that money, you can get a Lambo, your own personal island in Belize, and still have a lot more money to spare. But going back, huge chunk of this was lost in the market, which led to pricing tanking about 40%. Now the following year after this, traces of small amount of transactions were tracked on Alphabay, which is a sort of eBay hosted on the dark web, where you can buy anything. I mean anything. Drugs, fake IDs, counterfeit goods, malware, firearms, toxic chemicals. You can buy it all on Alphabay. Not that I would know. Anyway, so thankfully in the same year, 2017, Alphabay was taken down and authorities got access to several transaction logs, including ones that traced back to those stolen Bitcoin. And this was said to be one of the major clues which led to the arrest that happened just a week ago. Now a few years went by and this case seemed to have gone cold when Bitfinex made an announcement. They put up a bounty of $400 million for the return of the stolen 2016 coins. And coincidentally, the US Department of Justice launched a task force focused on crypto-related crimes called the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. Now with these two people working together, $400 million bounty and the government. Now in April 2021, two accounts called Whale Alert and BTC Parsers reported the movement of about 760 million worth of this Bitcoin. And they were being sent to new accounts without coin mixers, which is really, really risky. So coin mixers essentially are supposed to be there to privatize, it can be used to launder money. Whereas these coins were not sent using those tools, which means terrible money laundering on the part of these hackers because now they are easily traced.
People make decisions, shit happens. We gotta act accordingly.
Now through the trading of these exchange accounts, they traced them back to these India-based emails that linked to Bitcoin accounts of Ilya Lichtenstein and wife Heather Morgan. And this led to their arrest on the 8th of February 2022. Authorities said that they'd gotten access to the cloud data provider of Liechtenstein, which had the private keys of the missing 3.6 billion in BTC in a plain text doc. Talk about hiding your keys in plain text. Like, how would you do that? On something like Google Drive, you're putting the keys for 3.6 billion in Bitcoin?
Are you serious?
Now, a little bit of background of what we know. Ilya is the co-founder of MixRank, a company focused on analyzing marketing data of customers and competitors, and he is also the founder of a blockchain startup, NPass, which is focused on solving problems in decentralized identity authentication. And all this is alleged until he is proven guilty. I'm just sharing what is being reported in the news right now. On the other hand, the wife, Heather Morgan, aka Razzle Khan, is a rapper, a serial entrepreneur, an angel investor, and has published pieces for Inc. and Forbes magazine. One particular piece is titled, "Tips to Protect Your Business from Cyber Criminals."
Bruh.
And while the couple is proven to be tied up to the stolen money, authorities have yet to confirm if they were the ones who did the hacking. Now, funny story, I have met Heather on a couple of occasions. I knew her before she was married, around 2016 time when she went by Heather Rayhan, and we are actually still Facebook friends. And this is a funny comment that I happened to see at the top of her Facebook page, which is just like pure Facebook. So now that the money has been recovered, what does the exchange plan to do with it? First of all, they need to buy back their exchange token to repay their customers. So on the Bitfinex website, they said that within 18 months of the date they receive the money, they will use 80% of the amount to repurchase and burn outstanding. So with the news of this Bitcoin being recovered and their plans to buy their token and burn it, their token has gone up 56%. So if you were paying attention to this when the news broke, you could have bought this token and been up 56%, and that's pretty awesome. And it probably will go up even more once we know what the timeline is for this buyback and when the Bitcoin will be returned to them. I think right now the government still has it. So as of now, the government are Bitcoin hodlers. Now, because of these events, we have proved the following. Number 1, exchanges aren't 100% safe. 2, BTC isn't private. 3, keys should be stored offline. Please don't do this in reference to a crime, but let's keep your keys safe and don't put them in your iCloud drive in a plain text file. Number 4, the law has its reaches even within the cryptoverse. Number 5, every transaction has a digital footprint and can be looked up on a public ledger. And lastly, Heather, you should have just stuck to rapping.
The Versace better win.
Hope you like this video. If you want me to go into more crypto scams, hacks, and things like this, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.